You want to lift more, you want to go heavier, but there is a limit on what your body can handle. That's where gym accessory, gym aids, gym gear will help you to discover your ultimate power. Here I'm going to show you a list of essential gym accessories you must have inside your gym bag and some others that are not so necessary. So stay tuned. On this video we are not going to consider the basic things that you should be having in your bag, like a showering kit, spare clothes, a towel and a bottle of water. Those are so basic, so you don't really need anybody to come and tell you to put those in your bag, I hope. I consider my gym bag like my toolbox, so I like to keep in there all the essential tools for any kind of training. I'm going to show you one by one what I keep in my bag, and I will show you as well in order of importance. I know that some of you might not have the budget to buy all those items I keep in the bag, so I will show you from what I will go first to the least important at the end. Also guys, if you want me to shoot a video about each of the category you're going to see, please let me know by leaving a comment in the comment area. So on the top of the list, you're gonna find the lifting belt. I consider to be this the first accessory you're supposed to go and get. The simple reason is that if you're doing squat and deadlift, they're most likely going to fail if you don't have a stiff core. And those guys are helping you to give you something to push against. What belt you should go for, it all depends on what you're actually doing in the gym. Here you are having a selection of few belts from the cheapest ones to the most expensive ones, and they're also doing different jobs because they have different thickness. This belt here is actually the one I use all the time. You're gonna see this appearing in many of my videos. And I'm still competing and training with that one, so I don't think I require any more than that at this stage, but I have in plan as well some ideas of upgrading at some point. The second one on the list is definitely chalk. Chalk is used to dry your hands in case you're sweating or you feel a bit greasy. And you can generally find it in different forms, but the main two are in powders or blocks like that, or in a liquid form. Most of the commercial gyms will allow you to have the liquid one, but not the dust one, just because they don't bother to go and clean after. The next one on my list is definitely the wrist strap. This is a relatively inexpensive tool that you must get and keep in your bag all the time. Once you have a lifting belt, a decent chalk and a wrist strap, you can perform pretty much any exercise that you can think of. As any other accessories, we are going to have a different length, different kind of resistance and different pricings. Go for the one you can afford the most. Those are the best in quality and they're not so expensive. Next one on the list, definitely the resistance band. I always keep a couple of those, a light and a quite medium heavy one that I use for mobility training, or I don't know, if I need any assistance on the pull-ups, for example. So those are great for warming up or for general mobility. Next one on the list is definitely the hip band. As you can see, I have still a selection here. I go from the stiffest one to the lightest ones. It's good to have a set though, and if you're buying anything like this, please go from this textile kind of material. Don't go for the rubber one, stay away from that. The rubber one tends to dig in your skin and it pulls your head off if you have any. Quite destructive in a way, so go for good quality ones that will last forever. I use those generally just to warm up my glutes and my legs before a leg workout. Moving down the list, knee sleeves. I don't consider those to be the most important tool. It does get important though when the weights gets really heavy. Obviously, I use them for squats or for any other heavy carrying exercise. And as usual, the more you spend, the better they get. Next one, lifting shoes. If you're planning to go for a pair of lifting shoes, make sure you choose the right one straight away, because once you buy, they will last forever. I mean, remember, you're just gonna use it for squats or some other Olympic weightlifting exercises. If you can, try to see if there's somebody can help you choosing the right pair of shoes for you. If you possibly have some friends having a pair of lifting shoes, try them on and see how it feels. The main difference between from shoes to shoes is actually going to be the heel. Moving on, we get to the deadlift straps. There are mainly two types you can choose from, the figure of 8 and the straight straps. They both do excellent jobs. I just happen to have two. One has been given and this is the one I bought. Play around, it depends what I'm doing and how I feel on the day. Talking again about recovery tools, we got the lacrosse ball and the peanut. You don't necessarily require both. The lacrosse ball will do quite a good job. I use those to work on those trigger points that are quite deep and a regular foam roller won't be able to work on. The last items I keep in my bag is some sort of supplements. I keep those on the bottom of my list simply because I believe you should have a strong foundation with your nutrition. But I also understand that food doesn't have the nutritional values we used to have before, and that's why I keep some other helpful bits in my bag and also at home. I have decided I'm gonna shoot a separate, more informative video about supplements, so that will help you to give you an idea of what you should be taking or not taking. Also guys, I'm going to leave in the description area a number of links of gym essential accessories I recommend you can have a look at and possibly purchase if you need to. For any lifting tips and advice, go and check our channel. Hit the subscribe button to avoid missing all our future content. Keep crushing those weights safely, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao!